Hi, I'm standing in front of one of Evansville's newest pieces of art. This 40-foot tall, 15-foot wide stainless steel sculpture was 2.5 years in the making. It was one of 42 submissions all across the country and the world. It was created by Roger Stoller and was finally unveiled in June of 2013. Over the next several minutes, you'll see not only the making of the piece itself, but how it was chosen and put upon the Ford Center. For the EVSC Community Link, this is Ashley Goffinet, and I bring to you Vibrant River.
My role in the making of Vibrant River was to serve as chairman of the Public Arena Subcommittee for Public Art. It was to provide a piece for the Ford Center, either out front or somewhere in the vicinity of our new center. The committee consisted of 8 members of the Public Arena Committee who chose to be on the Public Art Committee in making that choice. They served for a number of months. We had 41 submissions from this country, 1 from Ireland, and 1 from an artist from this country that was doing art in Korea at the time of the submission.
Out of the 42 submissions, 4 were chosen as finalists to go in front of the Public Art Commission to be reviewed.
The final 4 had to come before the Public Art Commission because we have criteria to help protect your city. We reviewed the materials of all 4, the fabrication methods, the size and method of installation, along with the intent of the work. Other criteria included looking at the graphic material that conveyed the artist's work features, conservation and maintenance, and the artist's experience in putting up public art. 3 of the 4 finalists were approved by the Mayor's Public Art Commission. We were looking for the piece to be a designation spot for Evansville, for people to come as a place they wanted to see a piece of public art and enjoy something very special for our community. When we selected Roger Stoller as the artist, he came to Evansville to learn something about the Midwest and Southern Indiana. He was a California artist, although he has pieces all over our country. We wanted him to come and learn something about Evansville. He came, we gave him a tour for 2 days. He went to Willard Library, Angel Mounds, Wesselman Park, all kinds of places, looked at the river to try and incorporate things about our city into his piece. Vibrant River is going to be a piece people will come and look at time and time again. It's a piece that has all parts of Evansville in it that you can look and seek for. And it is a destination point. The piece is a different shade every time of day. In the morning it looks different than in the afternoon, and in the evening it will look different as it is lit.
I served as one of the architects who participated in the design of the Ford Center, and I also oversaw the public art coordination of it. I had to help the artist Roger Stoller with the installation that he chose to have it on the wall. So I had to help coordinate that with a local structural engineer and just basically help coordinate the project and the process. The most unique thing about Vibrant River was its abstract representation of Evansville in addition to being on the wall. It was very striking how well the wall piece was on the side of the arena and wrapped the corner. It felt like it just really belonged to the building. Vibrant River was created at Roger Stoller's studio in California, and once he was complete with the creation of the piece there, it was carefully crated and then shipped to Evansville from California. During the shipping process, however, it was damaged, and this damage was not discovered until the pieces actually arrived here at the Ford Center, and it was on the arena floor where they were then laid out. And at that point, we had to get help from Evansville Sheet Metal, and he actually used their studio to straighten out many of the pieces and to rebend them to the correct contours and to get them to read correctly.
Mr. Roger Stoller had a long way to come from a studio in California, but he was here for the dedication of the piece.
Hi everybody, thanks for coming out today. Well, it's a little more exciting than we expected. We thought we'd have a big veil over it and it was going to be a dramatic unveiling, but it's kind of perfect actually. It's been a real community coming together to get this up. I've had a bunch of people from the community in here helping us clean and work it. The piece arrived damaged, so we lost a couple of days, but Evansville sheet metal saved the day. So I just want to thank everyone in the city, Rita, Karen, so many other people, Matt, Ben, who have hosted us and made us feel so welcome here. We really feel like part of the city now, and I couldn't be happier or more proud of this piece and where it's located.
The EVSC Community Link was also able to get a word from the artist after the dedication of the piece.
Well, it started when I saw the competition. It was a national call, and that's what I do, is look for those, and the ones that seem like a good fit to me for my kind of work, I apply to. And in this case, I was working on a proposal, so I went to Google Maps and I saw the river and I fell in love. I didn't know everyone in the community already was in love with the river, but that was my first sight, and I thought that should be what this piece is about. And then it was supposed to be in the courtyard, so I started to come up with ideas for things in the courtyard, and none of them felt right to me, but I kept seeing in the background of the rendering, because the building wasn't up yet, this great wall, and I thought, maybe this needs to be a wall piece, and so I'll take a risk and propose something for the wall, even though it wasn't being asked for. And then I started doing the drawing of what I would do on the wall, and I'd done a piece a little bit like this in Oakland, in the sense of the lacy stainless steel work, and I really liked it a lot, and a lot of people had been encouraging about it, so I decided to propose a piece in that genre for Evansville. So that's how it got started. What I did is I took the river, drew it in my computer off the Google Maps, and then I made a composition, and then I took the idea of taking a stone, throwing it in the river and having rings come out. And where the stone hit is where the arena is relative to the river. So you see those circles just to the right of the bend in the river? That's where the arena stone would theoretically be hitting. And there's another stone I threw in, and those rings, so at different times in the day, those are brushed differently in the metal, and so they should show up kind of like a watery surface. So that's what I proposed, and then I got invited to Evansville, and that's when I got to know Evansville. Before that, it was all just reading what I could online. And Rita Eikamp and Matt Rao took me around. We spent a few days together, and I got to know the city. I got to know the natural part and the people. And my work is usually inspired by nature, and I kind of fell back onto going with natural Evansville, the river, clouds, the sun. Now I took one symbol from humans, which was from Angel Mounds, which really felt like part of this community, and it was here before all of us or any of us. And we don't know those people, so they're represented in here too. I took the sun symbol, so the sun, and then a fish, an insect, a bird. So all those things are in there and more. And but I really didn't want to feature them. I wanted them to kind of disappear into the piece. And at one time I wasn't really going to talk about it too much, but I've been convinced by the community that I should actually reach a little further out to let people know what's in there. And so I think at some point we may actually put a display up about what some of those ideas are.
My name is Jack Schreiber. It was my pleasure to be part of the beginnings of this sculpture and right to the dedication when Roger White Stoller brought to the city of Evansville the vibrant river. I was a member of the Public Art, I am currently a member of the Public Art Commission, chaired by Rita Eikamp, who you saw earlier. So let's take a look at some of these symbols. Probably the most evident is the river itself, and you see it going almost all the way down to level 2 and going up into 7 and 8 and then back down again. Yeah, I know you can find that one. That's the easy one. Not a symbol, but also another point of reference is in the bottom right-hand corner is the signature of the artist himself. Roger McBain in an article early said, a raccoon will prowl, a catfish will cruise, and a stag beetle will scuttle over tulip and sweet gum leaves. But you'll have to use patience and imagination to spot them in the lacy, layered pattern of vibrant river. And that's another clue, is it's lacy and it's layered. So we see not just one thing happening, but two or three stacked. Let's take a look at one of these symbols, and that's the owl. And if you look at the sculpture itself, you'll see that it's towards the top, and it's going to start on the left. Remember, that's around the corner there. So that would be section 1, 2, and part of 3. And you'll see the owl's eye is wrapped around the corner. Then it comes back around. You'll see his left eye, or right as you're looking at, and you see his beak. And that will give you the owl itself. See if you can see that one. Another fun one to find is the moon, or the gear, and it's right close to the bend of the river too, and it's probably in row 9 or 10, and over in section 3 and 4, and you can see the beginnings of the gear right in there. So you've seen the bend of the river, you've seen his signature, you've seen the owl, and you've seen the moon or the gear. Now you're on your own to find the rest of these.